Today we're going to be learning beginner banjo versions of the song Dueling Banjos, originally written in 1955 by Arthur Smith as Feudin Banjos. It later appeared on the Andy Griffith Show and then eventually, as everybody knows, on the movie Deliverance. Ironically, they actually didn't ask permission to put it in the movie, and it resulted in Arthur Smith getting a lot of cash out of a successful lawsuit. But anyway, Dueling Banjos. It's important to note that I am not going to cover the beginning of the song in this tutorial. I am only covering the fast part that we call the break. The reason that I'm choosing not to teach the beginning of the song is because there's already plenty of tutorials on it on YouTube. Just do a quick search, you'll find them no problem. What I didn't find when I was looking was anything covering the fast part, the fun part. So I looked at all kinds of different versions of the song and I wrote my own beginner versions. Before we get into actually learning note for note these beginner versions, I'd like to go over the structure of the song so you can better understand the way that I'm presenting the material. The song has a repeating chord structure, and that structure is C, G, D, G. I've got three of them that I'm going to show you today. The first one is extremely easy, the second one is a little bit harder, and the third one is more intermediate. But you could take any of these versions and do just fine. You could play the first one over and over again and 99% of people wouldn't know the difference. Or you could take even the first one and adapt it and make it your own. Just put little differences into it and it could sound really complex. So let's look at the first one right now and we'll work our way up. Now remember, the chord structure of this song is C, G, D, G. Each of these three different versions is based on different fingerings of those chords. The first version that I'm going to teach you today starts up at the 5th fret, barring the last 3 strings. Now, if you were to bar all the strings except for the 5th string and strum, that's actually a C chord. So we're beginning on target with a C chord shape. Anyway, bar the last 3 strings and hit the middle string, and then the B string, and then the D string. Basically, this is an alternating thumb forward-backward roll. Here's what it looks like. Basically, starting on the middle G string, I do a forward roll. Then I hit the high G string with my thumb. And then I continue into a backward roll. I'm going to do this twice. And then I hit the low G, and then the high D, and the low G, and the high D. Again, here's what that looks like together. From here, I go into a G lick. If you don't know what a G lick is, please take a look at any of the videos on YouTube that describe what that is. There's a lot of them. I talk about it in my video on Foggy Mountain Breakdown. All together. Now I'm going to do a forward roll with the high G string, the low G string, and the D string, high D. And then back to the low G with my pointer finger. All together. One more time. Then I'm going to fret the low D string at the 1st fret with my pointer finger. And then release. Next, I'm going to hammer on down from the 2nd to the 3rd fret on the B string and perform a lick that you may remember from Foggy Mountain Breakdown. So this is the D part of the chord structure. I'll go into that roll in detail right now. So pointer finger on the B string at the 2nd fret, middle finger ready to hammer on. Pluck with your pointer finger on the B string. And do a forward roll. 2 rotations. Then a Foggy Mountain Roll. If you don't remember a Foggy Mountain Roll, it might be best to go back and look at the Foggy Mountain Breakdown video or any of the other videos that talk about it on YouTube. Basically, you're hitting the B string with a hammer on with your pointer finger, and then the high D string with your middle finger. Then, you'll bring your thumb up to the B string to hit that hammer on again, and then hit the high D string again with your middle finger. And then the high G string with your thumb, and then the B string at the 3rd fret with your pointer finger. And then take these 2 fingers where they are, move them over to the lower string, and hit the low G string with your thumb. Then the high D string with your middle finger. Then hit the low G string open with your thumb. So here's what all of that sounds like together now, with the chord structure. C, G, D, G. So after the transition from the D to the G, which we remember from Foggy Mountain Breakdown, I'm going to just play a G lick. So that last hit of the low G string was the first hit of the G lick. And that concludes the first version. I'll play it through all together at speed real quick for you all. To get ready to go to the next version, I'm hitting the low G string and then pinching the outermost strings twice. Here's the second version, beginning with the transition from the last version. Now this version is pretty easy, just like the last one. It's a down the neck version. I guess, main feature of this one is that we're introducing a C minor 7th in the C section instead of a just standard C chord. So we're going to begin with the regular C shape, but we're going to be adding this note, which sounds a little funky. It adds a lot of tension and kind of well, it really makes the part stand out. So here we go. We're going to begin with some forward rolls. This is thumb, pointer, and middle in sequence on the strings being fretted in the standard C shape. The D string, the B string, and the high D string. Then the high G string with the thumb. And then we're going to transition to the high G, low G, and high D for our forward rolls. Okay, now here's where we introduce that funky note. So we've got several forward rolls there. The latter few are being played with the pinky fretting the low G string at the 3rd fret. Now those rolls end by coming back and hitting the low G string instead of continuing on to the high G. So ordinarily we would go, but we're going to end it by going, then we're going to hit the low D, high D, then low D again. Slide to the 5th fret, and we're doing a forward roll. Low D, low G, high D, high G, low G. Then go back down to the 2nd fret. Hit it with your thumb. Open with your thumb. Then this part, which you may remember from the last version. Now that's ending the G lick there. Up to that note, it's the same as the last version. And then we're going to slide up one and put our pointer finger on the high D at the 2nd fret. So we're doing a forward roll. Low D, B, high D, high G, and then open high D, B, and the low G at the 2nd fret. And that is the transition into the next version. Moving on to the last section. This one's just a little bit more advanced, but we're using the same chord structure and a lot of the same chord shapes, so don't be intimidated. We're going to begin with a transition from the last section. And then go straight up to that C shape that we used in the first section, which is just barring the strings at the 5th fret. Then we're going to do some forward rolls. Then up to an E minor shape, which is the pointer finger at the 10th fret and the middle finger and ring fingers at the 11th frets. And that's the last 3 strings again. Then we'll do 1 forward roll, 2 backward rolls, and 1 2/3 forward rolls. You may recognize that from my Foggy Mountain Breakdown video. Then straight up to the D shape. That's a Foggy Mountain Roll. Basically just moving my pointer finger from the 10th to the 11th fret. And then we're going to do a G lick. But don't finish it. Go up to the high D string at the 12th fret, then the B string at the 7th fret, and the G string at the 5th fret. That concludes the lesson. I hope it's been helpful. If it has, let me know. If I got something wrong, let me know. If you would like to see another song made into a lesson, let me know what it is, and I'll do my best